Yes. What's going on? Welcome back to Saeed TV. And we are live for the Monday Premier League review. We're with Lee Gunner. Lee Gunner's not happy. He was fuming last night. He's still fuming today. But Lee Gunner, apart from football, just first of all, how are you, mate? Everything all good?
Well, thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Apart from football, everything's great, man. The sun's out. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's pretty much summer. It's bank holiday here as well. It's been bank
Oh,
holiday
okay.
here for about a week.
Oh.
It's like Holy Week in Spain. So
Okay.
yeah, man, most of the week's been a bank holiday. So yeah, it's been kind of chill, man. And yeah, and then football ruined my weekend.
Like it always does. Like everything, football is like your mood in it, and it's like it shouldn't ever ruin your mood because it's like there's more to life than football. But literally, football is that life. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, we've got a lot to get into. People, please smash a like on the video. There's already 200 in you in here right now. Make sure you subscribe to Lee's channel, the one that's in the title as well, and also his second channel is in the description as well. Eman says my head is still hot. Mate, before we talk about just how Arsenal capitulated, really, let's be honest. That was a magnificent game, mate. That was crazy. That was like, how was your? Because I was watching it, yeah, and I was like, imagine you or an Arsenal fan going through that, like your adrenaline, your emotion. Like the game was unbelievable, man. But yeah, man, how did you think about that game, man? What were you saying?
I thought we'd batter them, like in the nicest possible way, like
Yeah.
not a 5-0 or anything like that. And after half an hour, I was thinking, mate, this is all on. I predicted Martinelli to score first. I predicted us to go 2-0 up and they get a goal back. And then I thought we'd kick on and go 3-1. Yeah, and mate, it was so frustrating. I mean, it must have been a great watch for like neutral fans, but for me watching
More than
it,
you can believe.
bro, as soon as they got that goal back, I was like, idiots, absolute idiots, yeah, because that came about like from Granit Xhaka just trying to act like a hard man, yeah, and getting in Trent's face. And that got the crowd like off their seats, all screaming and shouting. Then 40 seconds later, they score.
Yeah.
Like, everyone switched off. All of our players switched off. And at that point, bro, they were not in that game. We played them off the park for 35 minutes. And then they get the goal. Zinchenko was nowhere to be seen. Yeah, back stick, Salah. Like, and then you think, okay, cool, let's just get to halftime. Henderson nearly scored right on halftime.
Yeah.
I'm like, mate, we need to come out second half, bring Tierney on, get Trossard on, or even take Xhaka off, put Zinchenko in midfield and put Tierney at left back. Because I've said this all season, as good as Zinchenko is, that guy can't defend. Yeah, he's never at left back. He's everywhere but left back, bro. And I'm sitting there screaming at the screen, going, just get Tierney on the pitch all the way through the second half. And you just knew the goal was coming, man. Like, you've allowed a manager who's been in, 5 Champions League finals? He's been in 4 or 5 title races in a row, like until this season. You allowed him to make 3 subs before you make a sub. I mean, that's crazy.
Naivety. But he did the same thing at Old Trafford. You know that? He made the same thing at Old Trafford. And what happened?
I'm upset about it because it's like, I thought we'd learnt from that. Yeah. And I'm like, we're 2-1 up. We were 2-0 up, right? And we were still trying to go for goals in the first. And I'm like, no, manage the game a little bit better. Get it to half time, regroup, then go again. Get Tierney on, sit back and counter. Yeah, Tierney can cross the ball. Yeah, get your runners in the box. But nah, man. Instead, he keeps Zinchenko on the pitch the whole game, and he gets nutmegged by the worst right back in the league. Like, bro, I was so peed off. When I wanted to smash my Mac up when I see him get nutmegged. Yeah, I was like, he shouldn't be on the pitch. No, he shouldn't. Listen, as good as he is going forward, and he's a big part of why we're top. Yeah, but bro, that ball was on all first half. Every time they were trying to get it to Salah. And I said to Ola, I said, mate, unless we get Tierney on, at some point, Salah had 3 or 4 chances on that side in the first half. Yeah, and he wasted pretty much all of them. Yeah, and it was like, second half, if he gets the same amount of chances, he'll drop his shoulder and he'll whip one top corner. And he very nearly did. Yeah, and it was like, if I can see that and I ain't got any coaching badges, surely a guy who's on 8 million quid a year, done his coaching badges, played the game, worked under Pep, surely you can see that.
You know what's crazy?
Man. We should have come out of there with a win. Yeah.
No. You know what? I feel you, and I feel the kind of almost pain in your voice because I feel like this is a moment where are you going to get a better opportunity to beat this Liverpool team? You know what I mean? And it's like no wins in how many years? How many 12 years or something like that? You know what I mean?
11 years.
11 years. Yeah. I think for me, Gary Neville made a comment on Sky Sports. He said, "You don't wake a crowd up that's already sleeping." Like the Anfield crowd was just it wasn't. It's not
I told
the
you their atmosphere is overrated, man. They go on like it's the loudest ground in the world. No, it ain't. They don't sing until they score.
But there you go. And Xhaka, listen, I'm not saying that's a catalyst for everything that's happened. Because Arteta has to blame, yeah. But you don't give them fire, and that's what happened. Xhaka almost fueled the fire, and then obviously the crowd woke up, the players woke up. You see Trent lifting the crowd up. You see everybody. The tackles are flying in. Then they get chances. And then almost Arsenal just went, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like they froze. Every single player froze. Party. Was it the party? Like things weren't happening. And I thought that moment there, Arsenal needed half time and they got it. But then I thought to myself, then Arteta's going to change it. But he didn't. He didn't change it. And for me, that was a killer one where he didn't change it. And the substitution were too late. And also, Kivior going to a back five, then not changing Zinchenko for Tierney. I just thought for me that was a
that was only his second appearance for Arsenal in the league. Yeah, and you've thrown him on at Anfield. Like, weird. Very weird, mate. Yeah, his last appearance, he played 4 minutes against Crystal Palace.
Yep.
And it's like, how are you throwing this guy on? Like, he did this with Nuno Tavares. He threw him on at Anfield and we capitulated. Yeah, and he came on for 20 minutes, Tavares, and passed Jota in and another one. And they battered us last year. And it was like, surely you got to look at that and think, like, they're going to go for it second half, 2-1. They're bringing on attacker after attacker after attacker. Like, and you're just sitting there doing what? He did nothing, bro. He sat there and waited until about, 80 minutes? Until he made the sub. I'm like, are you crazy? Like, bro, it's so frustrating, man, because, like you said, that was probably the best chance we've had in 11 years. Like, to go there and actually win. We're 2-0 up, coasting the game. Yeah, and then just stupidness. Ben White not marking Firmino at the back stick. Zinchenko getting nutmegged. Right, like I said, both of them goals. Right, I know you can't blame Zinchenko officially for both of them goals, but bro, you get nutmegged by Trent. Yeah, and the first one,
he's crying after
your position. That's your man. Yeah. Why is Gabriel Magalhaes covering you? Yeah, because you're wandering all up here. Does my head in, mate. And then all these little hipsters that go, oh, inverted fullbacks, inverted this. Yeah, great. How about defend?
Defend, yeah. That's what I'm saying. And this is why, you know what I mean? With David De Gea, I have people when they say modern day keeper, but at the end of the day, the keeper's supposed to make sure the ball doesn't go back in the net. But for me, I think that Zinchenko coming in inverted forward, there's limitations. You don't do it all the time, especially at Anfield. But at the same time, I just think his defensive naiveties are a little bit of an issue for Arsenal. And I think certain grounds, you go with Tierney, robust. You know what you're getting with Tierney. You know you can lock off whoever's in front of him. Do that. Like, certain games, you have to manage certain players. Like, you see Guardiola, sometimes he doesn't always go with certain players. He'll go, Kyle Walker will be at team. John Stones is at right back. You see what I mean now? Like, there's certain things that you do. But I think Arteta's game management, again, a little bit of question. And like I said to you, it's not all doom and gloom, but that's the difference, Lee. That's the difference. If you want to win a title, that's the difference.
If that was Jose Mourinho 2-0 up at Anfield, we win that game. Yeah. If that's Ancelotti, we win the game. If that's Pep, we win the game. Like, top managers win that game. Yeah. And he's still learning. And that is why I didn't want him. Yeah, because this is going to be an excuse. Oh, but we're still a young. Halimi put out on my TikTok some of the comments on there. Oh, why are you moaning? Leo, it's a better result than we got last year. It's like, is this the mentality of these fans? Like, I'm moaning because we were 2-0 up. Yeah, and they're not very good, hence why they're 8th in the league.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? They played Curtis Jones in midfield. I mean, come on. Like, it's so frustrating.
Running around like mad. Henderson rejuvenated. I think as well, they seen you go back a little bit. You know, in terms of your defense was getting back about. They threw Firmino on. So it was almost as if, like, I don't know. I looked at the game and I thought it needed a bit of calm heads, maybe Jorginho. But people were telling me, oh, well, the pace of the game, he would have not managed it. But Arsenal needed to control the game. Because if you look at Odegaard, he weren't doing anything. He was missing. Saka
he ghosted, mate. He absolutely. But again, you're not allowed to say that, Saeed, because he's apparently the best midfielder in the league. Do me a favour. Like, seriously. This guy said Lee's always moaning. Well, why are you here then?
Yeah, well, exactly, man.
Mate, don't ever go to an away game Yeah, you know this better than anyone, say, because you go, yeah?
Yeah.
Do not ever go to an away game, mate, ever, for a football club that you support. Yeah, don't do it, because if you think this is negative and moaning and toxic, boy, you want to be in an away end when you're 4-0 down at Anfield, or 3-0 down, or 7-0 down. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's mad. Yeah, like I've said this a million times before. Real Madrid fans are the most elite set of fans on the planet, because every single time they do not win the game, it is a disaster. Yeah, which keeps the standards up and up. Yeah, and then the next time they go out, then they'll go and do better. I watched Leon at the weekend yesterday. I watched Leon. They got booed off at half time by their own fans. Yeah, they came out second half and won the game. They were 1-0 down, getting absolutely peppered at home.
Reaction.
Yeah, their fans were booing them all the way through the first half and then booed them off at half time. They come out second half, won the game. Yeah, so people want to talk about moaning and this and that. Well, I'm entitled to moan when you're 2-0 up at Anfield, mate, and don't win.
Yeah, you know, and like I said, you know what I mean? It could have been worse. Salah missed so many chances. Ramsdale Ramsdale was unbelievable yesterday.
Man of the match, man, for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Man of the match. I mean, the penalty as well, holding. What is he doing there? I mean, it was just crazy, man. The relentless pressure by Liverpool. Like I said, just defying that. But the thing is, it was so dominant. The second half, it's like, but then, Martinelli, if he plays through Saka, oh my God. I don't know what you felt at that point there.
Mate, I nearly smashed my Mac up. I was like, we've got a 3-on-1. We've got a 3-on-1. We've got a 3-on-1. And I'm like, oh, mate. And I said it straight after that happened, right? Because I didn't know who it was at the time, yeah? Right? And then when I see it back, I was like, right, I don't care if he scored the most goals for us this season. Next game, drop him. Yeah, drop him. That is not acceptable. Yeah, that is not acceptable, mate. You've got a 3-on-1. Saka could round the goalkeeper and square it to Trossard, or he could round the keeper and tap it in. Or he could round the goalkeeper and square it back to Martinelli. It was like, that was the win right there, bro. Yeah, and the thing that wound me up as well about that game, Trent got booked, Robertson was booked, Van Dijk was booked. And not once did we keep giving the ball out to the wings to run at their fullbacks. Yeah, in the second half. It was like, just keep running at Trent. He's a liability. Yeah, didn't do it. Did not do it at all second half. Yeah, and in the first half, we were ripping him to shreds, mate. Yeah, but second half, didn't do it. Yeah, and we just couldn't keep the ball. Like I said, Odegaard ghosted again. A massive away game. Oh, shock, he's ghosted. Right. Granit Xhaka was poor. Yeah, Saka was poor. I thought he played pretty poor. Martinelli didn't do nothing really second half.
Yeah, second half, 100%. I think you kind of almost like, you got drowned in. And like I said, you look for inspiration from the manager. The manager kind of messed it up with Kivior. You know what I mean? And that was the difference. Liverpool made the correct substitutions. Arsenal didn't. You know what I mean? And that, for me, was a difference. Game management at the highest level is what's key. You know, normally we're kind of like looking at Klopp, but his game management isn't great. But all of a sudden, he stepped up with his game management because he's seen you guys doing that. But when you look at it, you know what I mean? Where do you see it now? Because I look at it now, I look at your fixtures now. I mean, I'm going to try and bring up your fixtures here, but...
We've got West Ham away next. We'll batter them.
Yeah, you'll batter them, 100%.
Then Southampton at home.
Southampton at home.
And then I think we've got City after that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. You know what? They've got a game in hand, City. But I think by the time we play them, they'll have 2 games in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've not got a game at the weekend. Next weekend, I think.
Yeah,
this weekend or next weekend because of the cup game. So
Yeah. So they got one this weekend, but then the weekend after they don't. Then you've got, this is where it gets sticky. So the next 4 games after these 2. So these 2, let's say you get 6 points. You know what I mean? Arsenal should get 6 points for the next 2 games. But here's where it gets difficult. You play Man City, Chelsea. Listen, Chelsea might be in the mud, but if Frank Lampard, and if they're going to turn up for 1 game of the season...
No. That ain't happening, man. That ain't happening. Bro, you know what's going to happen, innit? Mudrik's going to score the winner.
Oh, my. That's what I'm saying. It's a Mudrik derby, man. Mudrik's going to come out and say, yo, you man...
The Mudrik derby, right? That's funny. Nah, we're beating Chelsea, man. They're not very good. They're not very good, mate. And we're
okay. Then it's Newcastle.
And then Brighton. Look, they're not easy games, man.
Yeah, not easy games, man. Whether you like it or not, the next 4 are not easy, and it could swing either way. You know what I mean? Arsenal will be confident, and then after that, Nottingham Forest and Wolves, you should beat them anyway. But that's where it comes down to, man. Them little 4 games there, them 3 games. If you're confident about Chelsea, it comes down to them. But again, it's like you could have done your job. Like, you know what it is? People say 2-2 is a good result, but that's in hindsight. When you look at it on the balance of what happened, you were 2-0 up, you were in control. It's not a good result when you look. Maybe then when people say, "Oh, but then Liverpool should have won," but again, it doesn't highlight the fact that how you mismanaged the game. It comes back to that point, though, doesn't it?
Mate, on another day, that could have been 6-5. Like, it was mad. Yeah, it was crazy, man. Like, they had the chance with Konate where he tried to chest it in. I don't know what he was doing there. Like, they had a couple of chances with Salah. They had the 1-on-1 with Darwin Núñez. Like, they had some good chances, man. They had the Henderson chance in the first half where he shanked it over the bar. They missed a penalty. They had a lot of chances in that second half, man. You know, we had the chance with Gabriel Jesus before he scored.
Oh yeah, to make it 3-0. Yeah.
Well, that would have made it 2. I think we were
2-2. But there was another chance.
I even said this on camera. I was like, Eddie Nketiah would have buried that.
Yeah.
He would have scored that because he would have edited it.
Not a clinical finish. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And it's just when you look back here, it was a massive missed opportunity. And if we don't win the league, mate, we'll probably look back at this game and say that's where we messed it up, isn't it? I'm still fairly confident. I can't lie. Like, people are saying it's in Man City's hands. Well, it ain't really, because like they've got a game in hand which they'll win against West Ham, but then they have to beat us. But it's also in our hands, because if we don't let them beat us, then we're still above them, innit? So So I don't know, man. All we've got to do is just get to that game at the Etihad with the same points tally ahead of them, and then just get something out of that game. I do not care if we put all the players on the goal line, and get a 0-0. I do not care. Just get out of there without a loss. Right? So man, but they're purring at the minute, man. Man City are flying, bro. Flying, it makes it even worse, isn't it? Because it's like we started that game and I was thinking, boy, we're all over this lot, and then you end up drawing the game. And it's like, oh, come on. But hopefully the lads don't drop.
Like I said, West Ham. Yeah, the positives are you didn't lose the game. That is a positive again, like I said. But I think hopefully it's the mentality when things are not going well. Like, you know, when things are not. That was a bit of a test for Arsenal fans to understand that, you know what, Partey had a bad game, which normally he's quite good in them games. You know what I mean? Xhaka was obviously just, crumbled. Odegaard. There was a lot of players. Gabriel, I thought, did well. But everyone else...
Magalhaes was brilliant. He was really
brilliant. Good. Yeah, he did well. And Ramsdale as well. But everyone else kind of almost crumbled under pressure. And you don't want to see that. And also, Arteta has to do better in terms of his game management. So let's see how Arsenal bounce back. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a big running, man. And like every game now is gonna feel like it's gonna be magnified now. The nerves now, like, you know how Man City went to West Ham last season and it was 2-2, was it, or something like that? Like every game, you'll think you're better them, but when you get to the game, you're like, shit, like what's going on here? Like every game will be like a cup final. But how many games you got left now? Is it 7 games? Is it
8.
7 games. 8, yeah. 8 cup finals now, isn't it?
And that's the thing, though, man. It's like when you're in a title race, we've seen it with Liverpool. When Liverpool and Man City were just like winning every week. Like Liverpool would play first, they'd win. Man City have got the pressure, they win. And they went like 14 straight wins or something each. But as soon as one team drops points, it's like you've lost 3 games. Yeah, that's how big a draw is, man. And so when all these people are saying, why are you moaning and why this? Because I want to win the league.
Yeah,
I want to win it, bro. And you can't afford to slip up 2-0 up. Yeah, you can't. It's a Man City might drop points somewhere. Who knows? Yeah, but they don't look like doing it. They've got the experience, they've got the manager, and they've got the squad. So, listen, I'm hoping that they stay in that Champions League, man. That's all I'm hoping for. Keep them in that. Get past Bayern Munich, get Madrid in the next leg, in the next round, and hopefully
and keep them occupied.
Yeah, exactly, man. Hopefully they beat Sheffield United and get to the cup final. Just I want them to be in every competition, bro. Just all the way to the finals.
It's true, man. It's true. And big up, Konate was a beast. You know what? I've got to give Liverpool their credit.
He was brilliant.
Jurgen Klopp, you know what?
Good, man. It was funny because he pushed Granit Xhaka over, and I thought it should have been a foul. That ref was crap, by the way. Like I don't moan about refs, but he was shocking. Yeah, it's like, I swear he was a scouser, right? But Konate pushed Xhaka over, and that's why he then went and started on Trent. Yeah, he looks at Konate and thought, I don't fancy it with him, mate. Let me go and push Trent instead. Yeah, it's mad.
100%. But you know what, as well though. I think for me, ultimately. Also, did you see the linesman, by the way? And by the way, he's been banned now. You know, he's been banned until further notice.
No way.
PDML will not be appointing. I don't even know what that name is. To fixture in any of the competition it serves, while the FA investigates the incident involving the assistant referee and Liverpool defender Andrew Robertson. But my man just elbowed him, man. Like
he's a big lad as well. That liner, isn't he? He's a big lad, man. Like,
yeah, man, he was a big fucking lad, you know. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, yo.
Obviously, he's a gooner, mate. Big up to the lino.
But you know what, though? Like, I don't know what happened here, but for him to do that, I don't know if he said something. Like, he must have, like, bro, referees don't do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially linesmen. Linesmen have no affiliation to the game. Like, the referee's more emotional involved in the game. You know what I'm saying to you? So, I'm not trying to condone, obviously, what he's done and whatnot. Like I said, he should not have done what he did. But it seemed to me that was personal. Yeah, exactly. NXT, that was personal, man. For him to do that, like, I don't know what is. Did Robertson say anything? You know what I mean? You see what happened with Zidane? You know, he must have said something. You know, obviously, remember Materazzi.
Even if he said something, I mean, I doubt the liner would understand a word he's saying. He's got a deep Scottish accent, isn't he? Like, a couple of my pals are from Glasgow. Like, I don't know where maybe he isn't from Glasgow, but mate, I can't understand half of what they say, especially when they've had a drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe there's been a bit of that. I don't know. Like, and the lino's just gone. Have it. See you later.
Yeah,
but
absolutely,
yeah,
man. But yeah, listen, man. You know what I mean? Talking about referees, man. That Brighton game, man, they got robbed, mate. Oh my God,
bro, man. I watched the first half, right, and then I was going to Henry's father-in-law's around the corner for a barbecue.
For the barbecue, how was that, by the way?
Oh, it was sick. Their house is stunning, man. Like they got a beautiful house, great view, nice people as well, man. Yeah, it was sick. It was super cool, man. But I got there and they were 2-1 up. I was like, you jammy bastards. Yeah, but then Henry said to me, he goes, mate, I don't know how we robbed 3 points out of that game. I was like, what do you mean? So he was telling me, like, I see the Mitoma, the first goal that was disallowed. Never in a million years is that handball. That was his shoulder.
Yeah.
And then I looked at the highlights the next day on the Sunday. I was sat there yesterday watching all the highlights of the games and that, and I was like, mate, I didn't realize how much of a robbery because people were saying that was a robbery. I was like, oh, whatever. Yeah, but then when you watch it, you're like, bro, that ref's got to be sacked.
Mate, this is the guy.
VAR
I don't know.
Get rid of the VAR as well. Get rid of him.
Oh my God.
Get rid of them all.
The referee, guys, I'll always remember this guy because he's the one that gave the ghost goal back in the day when Watford played somebody. I don't know who it was, but Reading, I think it was Watford. He gave the ghost goal. So this guy, I don't know how this guy's refereeing when he clearly thought that there was a goal when it was never clearly a goal. Like, this referee is so spooky. Like, he is so bad, and he's been bad for a long time, and he's still allowed to referee. And some of the decisions, the foul on Mitoma, like you said, man, the relentless fouling by the Spurs players, getting no yellow cards at all. That was another thing as well. But just this decision, like, he got pushed. So then he said it's a handball. What's he supposed to do? What was he supposed to do? It's just a ridiculous, man. And fair play to Toby and every Tottenham fan I spoke to. They said they never deserved to win the game. And they said
I've not seen a single Spurs fan say they should have won.
You know what I mean? But it's like...
do you know what the funniest thing for me was? Is they sent the manager off, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you see it? Right? I know I'll come to why he got sent off, right? But they're all having handbags over here and pushing each other. And Stellini's just standing there like that. Not getting involved, didn't even look at it. It's just standing there like that. Next thing, the ref comes over and sends him off. And I was like, and I then thought about it. I thought, well, yeah, it makes sense because he's the manager. He's failing to control his staff, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
failing to control his staff.
Kind of makes sense. But at the same time, it was funny because he was just standing there, not involved. Red card, mate. That club's a shambles, man. And they got out of jail big time because
big time, man.
Son's goal, by the way, was quality. Yeah, that was a wicked goal, man.
Quality goal.
But bro, Brighton were all over them first half. They had the post, they had a couple of chances, should have had the goal that was disallowed. Then they got their goal, the equaliser, and it's like I said, I didn't watch the whole of the second half, but yeah, man, they were robbed. On another day, they would have had 5 or 6 goals in that game.
Easy. Another day, they would have had 5 or 6. And like I said, Tottenham, again, getting away with it, man. Like I said, they'll get into this, they'll try and sneak into this top 4, and play the worst type of football. You know what I mean? And bro, like Newcastle, when you look at Newcastle and the way they're playing, like because they've got tough fixtures. I think Tottenham's fixtures are not too bad. You know what I mean compared to their fixtures. So, bro, it's crazy, man. And like I said, Brighton could have easily, if they won that game, been in a top 4 race and be ready to be in there. So they'll be looking at thinking, listen, man, we want to finish high as we can. We can beat Tottenham. We're level, literally. If that's what's happening to make sure Tottenham are higher than us, then that's a bit of a what do you call it? A concern, and we will be vexed. But they can't do anything. The decision's gone now. Spurs have won. You know what I mean?
That's the thing that winds me up with it. Like the PGMOL have come out and said, "Oh, we've cocked it up and messed it up." Well, that don't give Brighton any points back, does it?
Exactly.
Like, do you know what I mean? And the thing is, Brighton, if they had won that game, which they should have, they should have won that game. Yeah, and they would have been winning had the 2 goals not been disallowed wrongly. They should have had a penalty. They could have been 4-1 up by the time Kane scores.
Yeah.
Right? And now, if you look at where are they in the league, Brian? I think they're down 7th, aren't they?
Yeah, 7th now, I think it is.
And they are, yes, they're 7th, and they're 9. They're 10 points off of Man United in 4th. Well, if they'd won that, they'd be 7 points off.
Yeah.
With
and
the
they got
game
to play
in
as
hand.
well. Yeah.
Like,
and they got to play
it's
as well.
crazy, bro. And little decisions like that, yeah. Like for Brighton, it'd be massive to get in the Champions League. I'm not saying they would do it, but they'd have a better chance of doing it if they had them 3 points back. That's for sure.
Facts, 100%. Especially the way they play as well. Caicedo was quality as well yesterday on Saturday as well. He's another player that I'm looking.
He's so calm on the ball, isn't it? It's just chill. Bro, Arsenal need to buy that geezer, man. Yeah, just.
Who would you have, Caicedo or McAllister? Because I like McAllister.
I'll take them both.
Well, you know. Take them both.
Do you know what's mad? I've been repping McAllister for since he started playing for Brighton. Yeah. I was like, yo, this guy's a baller, man. Yeah, and then obviously he went to the World Cup and won it. But yeah, I've been repping him for time, man. Him, Trossard, and Tony, bro. Ivan Tony. Yeah, them 3 I've been repping for the longest, man. And it's nice to see they're all doing well now, isn't it? Because my ball knowledge is apparently in the mud.
Apparently you don't have no ball knowledge. Apparently you're negative and you don't know anything about
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you just moan all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy. Talking about Newcastle, big win for them, man. And you know what's crazy? Newcastle keep on winning, man. Like, you know these kind of little wins, and you're thinking, they won't win against Brentford. Bro, they won. And Isak, what a player, man. Like, Isak. Bro, I've rated
missing a pen as well. That don't happen.
Tony. Yeah. But, bro, I've rated Isak. You know how you say I've rated that Isak? You know why? I just look at him and I think tall, physical, strong, quick, technically very, very good. This guy technically is amazing. He can strike. Bro, I'm not saying he's got everything that he's got to give because I think there's always room for improvement, but he's a quality player, man. And Newcastle, big win for them as well, man, bro. That goal as well, by the way, it was Raya. I don't know what Raya's doing, but it is what it is. But the goal from Isak was amazing, man.
That goalkeeper was already thinking about his Man United moving the summer.
Exactly.
He's not signing a new contract, apparently. So, he's going to be gone. But yeah, man, Isak's been brilliant for them as well. Like, he's been injured a lot since he's been there. But when he plays, he's always decent, man. I can't lie. Yeah, he's very, very decent. And they spent big dough on him, man. And it's worked. Yeah, look at where they are on the table, man. Like, that's their record signing.
Yeah, record signing,
bagging goals, man. Like, and the thing is when he's not been in the team, Callum Wilson's been bagging.
Yes,
and it's like, and they're not normally fit together at the same time. It's like one in, one out. They could get them both fit for a whole season together, bro. There'd be a big problem. They're a problem anyway, but
100%.
If they could get them both firing, they'd be right up there, mate.
100%. And like I said, you know what, man? I think, like I said, Newcastle. I'm just looking at. Let me see what their fixtures are in terms of what they've got. But you know what, man? I think they can do it. I know they got tough fixtures and whatnot. They got Arsenal you play, but they have got. If I just load up, Villa will be tough. Oh, actually, you know what?
They're flying, by the way.
We will talk about Villa. Villa are flying, but that'll be a tough game. They have got. Who else have they got? They got Spurs at home. I think they should beat them. To be honest with you, they got Everton away. They should beat them. If I'm being honest with you. Then they got Southampton at home. Then they got you guys. Then they got Leeds away. They're fighting for their lives, and we'll discuss them. They got battered yesterday. And then they've got Leicester at home, and then Chelsea away. with the way the momentum is going, I don't know. Can they do it? Do you reckon can they get into the top 4, or do you think that's a bit?
Definitely, man, definitely, because there's no way Tottenham are getting in there.
No.
Like, so if when you look at the table, man, like Tottenham are what 3 points behind them, and Newcastle got a game in hand. Bro, they've won 5 straight league games. They've conceded less goals than anyone in the league. Yeah, they're scoring goals as well now. Like, they're winning consistently, and they're peaking at the right time now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, Man City are peaking at the right time as well. Arsenal, okay, cool, we had the draw yesterday, but if you look at the teams that are first, second, and third, apart from yesterday, like we won 7 straight games. I think City have done the same. And then Newcastle 5 straight wins. And it's like, I don't see any other team in the league being able to do that right now, to be fair. Man United have done back-to-back, but Aston Villa maybe. They've won 4 in a row, but
if they had Unai Emery a bit earlier, maybe they would have had an outside chance at this top 4, because you know what I mean.
He qualified them for Champions League. But can you imagine if it was Newcastle and Villa that qualified?
And a United and
Villa away to Real Madrid at the Bernabeu.
Listen, man, with Unai Emery, they've probably got a better chance than whoever manages Tottenham anyway. You know what I mean? So listen, he for me, I don't know what his form is here, but Unai Emery. Listen, we're talking about impact here. He should be in the running for the Manager of the Season award. If he gets them into from where they were, from 17th position, if he gets them into the Europa League, I think he should be considered in the bracket for the Manager of the Year award, like Eddie Howe, like Arteta. You know what I mean? Obviously, it depends on what Ten Hag does this season. But, bro, Unai Emery, the job that he's done, man, nobody's talking about him, man. And it just makes Aston Villa a fool to give these kind of managers like Steven Gerrard time to think, because they're Steven Gerrard, they should be given more credit. No. Get proven managers like Unai Emery. He's done it before. You know what I mean? Look, exactly. Showing how bad a manager is.
Yeah, facts, bro. He set a record as well. 17 games in a row that his team has scored in the season. Yeah, since he's been there, they've scored in every single league game, I think, 17 in a row. We're the only team in the league this season to do that.
But apparently,
they've scored in 17 in a row. City ain't scored 17 in a row. You lot ain't. Villa have. Yeah, bro, they're doing well, man. And they're playing decent football. He's got Ollie Watkins flying, man. I think he scored 10 in his last 11. Yeah. Like, since Boxing Day, Ollie Watkins has only not scored in 1 game, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
He's a good manager, man. And this is why, like, maybe he wouldn't have ever won Arsenal a title. I don't know. But he weren't backed properly at Arsenal. Yeah, the fans didn't want him. Yeah, the players were taking the mick out of him in training. So I understand he had to go. But, bro, that guy went and won Villarreal a trophy. Do you know how small that town is?
Top manager, man. Top manager.
Bro, that's like the equivalent of San Marino, like the country. It's like tiny. Like, it's mad, bro. Absolutely mad. Yeah, look at that. They were 16th, and now look at them, man.
I knew they were 60th, 17th. I was saying it with Grizz. We were doing the chat. Where were they actually in the league?
And bro, they had 12 points after 13 games. And people were sitting there rating Gerrard, yeah?
Wow. And literally, look, he's played just over half of the games, you know what I mean, and whatnot. And look at that now, 47 points. It's a crazy, man. Big up Toby in the chat. He's a good manager before. I think there's a limit on the size of clubs he can truly impact. Yeah, of course.
I get that.
Yeah, I get that. But at the same time,
I think he'd be a good Tottenham manager. I mean, they're a mid-club, aren't they? Like...
They've had that kind of manager, though. And like I said, it's not working.
No, but do you know what, though? Sorry to cut you off, bro, yeah? Do you know what? If they actually had Unai Emery as manager, they'd probably do all right in Europe. Like, they'd get out the group stage and go far in the competition. Yeah, they'd get top 4. Like, I mean, I get what Toby's saying. He's right to a certain degree. Like, Villarreal, small club, goes and does something. They're not expected. Bro, let's not forget, he was winning a semi-final in the Champions League against Liverpool as well. It already knocked out Juve, knocked out Bayern, and then was beating Liverpool at one point in the Champions League semi with Villarreal, with Coquelin and Capoue in midfield.
Coquelin and Capoue. You know what, though?
I didn't even know he still played, bro. 1 Foyth at left, right back and that. Like, he's a good manager, man. But I think that if he went to somewhere like Tottenham, I think that like they're not expected to win anything.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, yeah, they're a biggish club, but it's not like going into Chelsea and they're expected to turn stuff around now. With Tottenham, as long as they get a style of play, they couldn't care less.
But the thing is, though, with Unai Emery, though, it takes a lot of patience, especially with what he's trying to do. It takes a lot of time. But also, I think they've kind of like done with their managers. I think Conte, Mourinho, I think they've kind of done with that not pragmatic managers, but kind of almost that ilk, you know what I mean, where it's maybe win now. But I think ultimately, Unai Emery, I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't think it would work out at Villa. I thought to myself, that style of player, Aston Villa really ready for that. But it's worked with the Premier League, with what he's got. If you give him the right tools, maybe, you've seen what he can do. And this is only now. Imagine when he adds to his squad. You know what I mean? So they could be... Listen, I always think Aston Villa, traditional team, good stadium, good group of fans, loyal fans. I always think they should be up there. They should be in around top 8, top 9 club. They shouldn't be relegation zone. So, you know what I mean? Big up to James. He said the man only manages teams with Villa in his team. Sevilla, Villarreal, Aston Villa. Unless they rebrand Tottenham Villa, he isn't going there. I didn't even know that, you know. That's crazy.
Look at what he's won with them clubs.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? He's won 4 Europa Leagues with them teams.
Yeah.
He's won more European trophies than Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. And this is the thing. I think they'll back him in the summer as well. I think Guendouzi will probably end up there. I think he'll get him back into the Premier League. Good player as well, man. Another one our fans didn't rate. I think he's a good player. He'll probably go and get somebody like James Maddison. Get Maddison and Guendouzi in midfield. Instantly, their midfield's better, and it's got more goals about it as well. So, yeah, man, I think he's doing all right. If he gets them into Europe as well, even if it's Conference League, do not put it past him winning it, man.
Bro, listen, if he's in there, like I said, they won 2-0. Ollie Watkins, did he score again yesterday? I don't know if he scored yesterday.
Yeah, Watkins scored again, I think.
Watkins and this as well, Bertrand Traore. Listen, where's he come out of, man? He's got a new trim, yeah? He's took off his he's took off his little thingy, the braids and that, and now all of a sudden he's turned into some absolute beast, man. Bertrand Traore, you know. This guy was on loan as well, wasn't he? Did he come back from loan as well? Did he get called back?
Yeah, I think so. Was this the guy who scored the screamer agaast Leicester the other day? Is that the same?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Bertrand Traore.
Yeah, I think he was. He was on loan. Yeah,
he's come back, and bro, he's got 2 in 2. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, man. Like I said, now the fans are singing his song and whatnot. 2-0. You know what I mean? Light work. They keep on winning. Forest, mate, bro. Forest are in trouble. You know, Forest are in trouble, Lee. I don't know what you think of Forest at the minute. Do you think they're going down now? Is it one of them now? What do you think of Forest now? They got beat again away from home.
4 out their last 5, man, and all of a sudden it's looking a bit sticky for them, isn't it? Like,
it's looking a bit sticky. The 18th now. You know what I mean? They're lacking goals. If that guy's not scoring goals, what's his name? The kid, the Welsh international. What's his name?
Oh, yeah. What's his name, man?
Let us know in the chat, guys. Yeah, but listen, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. I know next week they got something for us, man. I just know. Yeah, Brennan Johnson. If he's not scoring, and when he was at the start of the season, but he's now not in the pecking order. He's not really scoring.
I don't think they'll go down. I think they've got too many good players for that level of the league compared to the other teams. They've got too many players that can nick a goal or can do something. I think Leeds probably go. I watched them against Palace yesterday. They were awful, man.
Oh, Roy, listen, let me tell you something, though. Was Vieira the problem? Listen.
Elise was balling, bro. He was balling. He nearly scored one of the goals of the season yesterday. His skin, it was like watching Messi, bro. Like he was just dribbling past everyone.
Dribbling. Roy Hodgson ball. I wasn't familiar. But let me say something. let me give. There's a difference between being a manager when you're a permanent manager and you've got your kind of way of playing to a guy who's coming and it's almost like the cover teacher. You know when you have vibes. This is vibes football. Like this is like telling him go out there, play, do what you do know best, and listen. And maybe I'm not giving Roy Hodgson more credit than he deserves, but Eze's now balling. Eze wasn't starting enough games for what you call it, a Vieira. Like I thought for me personally, he wasn't starting enough games, and now they're going out there and make the football they were playing. I was like, yo, I was doing a watch along for a little bit. Like I was like, yo, this is a good game, you know.
It was a good game, man. The second half, they just battered them, mate. Literally battered them. It was good. It was good to watch, man. I was like, am I watching Crystal Palace? Like, what's happened here? Like, I'm watching Crystal Palace. They could hardly score any goals. Now they've just scored 5.
Yeah. 100%.
Mad.
Yeah, this is a good point. Vieira had fixtures that were very, very like tough for any manager. You know what I mean? So I don't think you can really compare it. Even though I think Vieira's football, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a bit stagnated. It was a bit kind of like, what's going on? Not really scoring goals, not even creating chances, even shots on goal. But now, listen, all of a sudden they look like they're gonna stay up. But Leeds are falling apart again.
Yeah, their Leeds are doomed, mate.
Bro, grazie, man. They had a little bit of a bounce, but you know what? They're now 2 points behind relegation zone, and I think they've got who have they got left to play? I don't know if they've got left to play, yeah, but they've got Liverpool.
They've got Liverpool. Liverpool's their next game. Then they got Fulham, Leicester, Bournemouth, Man City, Newcastle, West Ham, and Tottenham. They're fucked.
It's like, how do they build momentum? I don't know, man. Leeds going down. Listen, they've got good players, to be going down again, man. They've got good players. They spent a lot of money. It's not as if, you could just say, what, to yourself, oh, yeah, they've spent a lot of money, Aronson, all these guys. They brought the American franchise. They said we're going to create Leeds, the United States of America. Bro, I don't know, man. Listen, they've got to fix themselves up. I think they've got enough in them for me to stay up a little bit. I think, there's other teams that I'm more worried about, like Forest, like Leicester, which we will talk about. They've got enough games in them, I think, to win certain games. I don't know. I think they can beat Liverpool at home. I really do. I think Liverpool away from home are poor. But I think they've just about got enough in them to stay up. They've got the crowd at Ellen Road to maybe, I don't know, something that I think for me, they'll stay up. But listen, they're in serious trouble, man. Leicester, though. Let's talk about Leicester, man. Bro, it's got to be a reality. Bro, they're 19th. 19th.
How can you lose 19 games, man, out of 30?
That's mad. They've only won 4 games.
When you think about it, yeah, they were that close to top 4 2 years in a row. And now they're 19th with pretty much the same team.
It's peak for Leicester, You know what's mad? They've only won 4 games this season, They've only won 4 games this season. That's the lowest, I think, in the league.
No, 7, mate. 7.
Oh, sorry. That was a draws.
But their fixtures are not looking too good either. I can't lie.
Well, who they got? Let me check here.
Man City next.
Oh, yeah.
Then they got Wolves, Leeds, Everton. So I suppose they got 3 relegation ones there.
Yeah.
They got Fulham, Liverpool, Newcastle, and West Ham.
But you know what, though? If they lose convincingly to Man City, you don't know how you're going to come across in them other games. You see, now, if you lose like 6-7-0 to Man City, which is a possibility, imagine then what happens to your confidence and your morale. You know what I mean? So, as much as it is easy games, Bournemouth was an easy game, and they lost 1-0 to Bournemouth. That was an easy game. And I think I called Bournemouth to win, I think I did, But if they go down, we've talked about it, but Maddison's getting relegated, man. That's mad, He was the one that cost him the goal yesterday. On Saturday, was it?
Yeah. But the thing is, we get him cheap if he gets relegated. So
yes.
Yeah, I'll take him in a heartbeat, mate. He's a good player. Yeah, I'll take Harvey Barnes as well. He's a good player.
Harvey Barnes, yeah. But they're going for Rafa Benitez now. They've ditched what's he called?
Rogers.
The other guy. No. They've ditched Rogers, but they were also getting that American guy. But now apparently it's not happening. It's not happening for some reason.
Oh, Jesse Marsch.
Jesse Marsch, yeah. Benitez or Jesse Marsch? Who would you have taken?
Benitez. Yeah, I don't rate that other guy, man. He's just like a little hipster's manager, isn't he? Yeah, not for me, mate. Yeah, Rafa Benitez, man. And if Rafa keeps him up, he'll be a hero. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's win-win for Rafa if he gets the job. But that's another one, man. Like, why ain't Tottenham looking at him? Like, Rafa Benitez to Tottenham. Like, why? He's a good manager, experienced manager. Why ain't Tottenham looking at a manager like that?
Yeah. You know what it is, though? I think, again, like I said, there's the style, in it. Like, they've just maybe had enough of that style, and they don't want to maybe do that again. That's the only reason why I think they don't want to go down that road again. But for Rafa Benitez, what can he do with his squad? I know it's good. But is it too late for him?
The thing is, the biggest mistake they did was let Schmeichel go, mate, because that goalkeeper, I've never seen a worse goalkeeper in my life in the Premier League. Yeah, he couldn't catch COVID, bro. It is mad. Yeah, that guy cannot catch anything. Then you've got the C-Tech David Luiz in front of him, who just can't defend. And it's like, it's a disaster waiting to happen, isn't it? Like, as soon as you've got them two there, man, all you got to do is just put some balls in the box, man. Just cross the ball. Guaranteed goals. Guaranteed goals, mate. Yeah, they're not very good.
Yep, absolutely. But listen, they're in trouble. Bournemouth, that was a big win for them. They now move to 15th in the league.
15th, yeah.
Yeah, 3 points. It's still tight in there, man. There's still only 3 points above the relegation zone, but that was a massive win. If they could get another win, then it almost takes them 6 points clear of the relegation zone. You know what I mean? Because Leicester are not going to win this weekend. And obviously, Man United, you don't know what's going to happen with Nottingham Forest. So if they can win Bournemouth next, they might have something to kind of hold on to. West Ham got a big result, but still the fans, though, fair play to them. They weren't fickle. They still won him out. And a lot of people were saying that they shouldn't be doing that. But if they still want the manager out, they should be still pulling out the banners. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if they've won. You know what I mean? They want the manager out. So fair play, not fickle. But yeah,
he's
man,
just saved his job, mate. That's what he's done there. 2 wins in the last 3 league games. He saved his job. Because I think if he had lost that, I think he probably would have been potted.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, but they have still got Conference League, man. They got a good chance to win that. So I don't know when the next round of games is. Maybe this week, I suppose. Maybe coming up this week. But yeah, they're not very good. West Ham, again, another one where they've got some very good players. They're just, I don't know, they're just weird team, mate. Yeah, and it's like the players have almost given up at times when I watch them.
100%. That's one thing you can't do when you're a team. You can't follow. You can't give up. Yeah, Fulham had 77 possession. Fulham had more shots on target as well. West Ham didn't attack. Well, there you go. But sometimes, listen, the wins are winning it. Like, you know what I mean? That's what we're here for, innit? We're not here. They're not here to play good football. You know what I mean? So
exactly, wins a win, mate. Doesn't matter how you win, just that you win. Speak on Chelsea, this club, bro.
Super Frank, super Frankie Lamb.
Chelsea. Proper Chelsea. They got Super Frankie Lampard back, and he's going to do absolutely nothing.
They thought the vibes
were coming back. We all knew he would do nothing. I don't know why any Chelsea fan thinks that he's going to do something. He got potted from their first time round. Half of the players were still there from when he was there. So they know he's useless, right? Because they've already worked under him. What? And now he's gone in there with another 15 players that don't know who he is. Yeah. Havertz and Chilwell and all the others that were there last time around were saying, yeah, he's crap, mate. Yeah, he's crap. Like, how do you lose to Wolves?
Yeah.
Like, bro, come on, man. They've been crap all season. They barely score any goals. I think Chelsea had 1 shot on target.
Bro, it was dead. Like, literally, I was watching the game. I was like,
the goal was sick, though. Yeah, the goal was sick.
Nunez, finally, he stepped up, mate, because I'm not, I don't rate Nunez for me, but he stepped up. What a goal. That was almost like Van Basten, isn't it? You know what I mean? You know, that kind of like the volley, Van Basten volley. I don't know if the keeper should have done any better, you know what I mean? But listen, the strike, you got to give credit to the strike, man, and that was unbelievable, mate. But Chelsea, man, listen, vibes won't be here, man. And you know what he did? He questioned the players, the mentality of the players and whatnot. So I don't know if it's going to be all roles in that camp.
He's already lost the dressing room then.
You know what, man? Again, like I said to you, is he going to revitalize the likes of Mudryk? You know what I mean? These guys, you know what I mean? Like, you won't be able to like do it, man. Sometimes it's not going to work out, mate. You know what I'm saying to you? You can bring on Mudryk, you can do whatever, you can do this and that, but listen, mate, you know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? Like, everything's always going to be the same, man. Havertz, same old. Felix, listen, man, good player, but bro, what you giving? What you giving us, man? Felix is not stepping up. You know what I'm saying?
Real Madrid on Wednesday, mate. They lost to Villarreal, man. They lost to Villarreal.
I know. And did you see the Valverde, by the way? Valverde.
Yeah, he went and punched him up in the
bro, fair play, man.
Oh yeah, fair damn right, man. Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, no, I know.
He lost his kid, didn't he?
Damn right, man. Yeah. Damn right.
He let him off last year because he did it to him last year, yeah. And this was the second time in 2 years or a year that he's done it. So he thought, nah, sod this, man. Hold my bag. Yeah,
yeah.
Boom.
And apparently he's got the nerve to go and report him as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, do you know what he said?
He's looking at a 2-year ban.
Get out of here, man.
Mad. You know, yeah, even without Valverde on Wednesday, Chelsea are getting battered.
Well, is he not allowed to play then? Is he not allowed to play if he gets banned?
I think if they ban him, instantly 2-year ban.
No,
I don't think they'll make like.
Nah,
for me,
I hope not.
For me, it's like it's not happened on the football pitch. Like if it happened on the football pitch and you punched him up, cool. Like,
Yeah. But it was off the pitch.
But he's done it in the car park after the game's ended. Like, it's got to do with anything.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like I said, you know what I mean? And I think ultimately, Villarreal didn't even complain, apparently. It was the actual player. So Villarreal didn't lodge a complaint.
He's a little bitch then, isn't he? Like,
yeah, well, there you go.
Cry about it when he gets punched up.
Hey, listen, that's what happens, isn't it, man? You know what I mean? And whatnot. So listen, what do you call it? Fair play, man. Valverde, man. We're all with you, man. I don't think any fans not with you, mate. You know what I mean? So don't worry. Man City, Haaland. What a player, man. Listen, that overhead kick, what was he call it? That was different levels, man. Grealish is playing unbelievably. Like, they are playing scintillating football right now. You know what I mean? They are playing unbelievable football. Haaland is doing Haaland things. Grealish is unbelievable now. You know what I mean? He's starting to show why City bought him for 100 million, even though obviously he was never obviously worth 100 million pounds, but that was his release clause. Bro, Haaland, that was crazy bicycle kick, man. Like, did that when you seen that?
He shouldn't be able to do that because he's the size of the guy. He shouldn't be able to get his leg up that high.
Yeah, they got LB. Yeah. Listen, man.
They're firing at the minute, man. I think they've scored about 37 goals in the last 9 games or something, 8 games. It's just ridiculous.
Man, you can't stop. They're a machine. When they go on that machine, Man City, it's very difficult to stop them. And that's where you are right about Man City playing in 2 other competitions. You know what I mean? That could distract them. Because if they were on one train, then it would have been a bit more kind of, okay, then. Yeah, this is Man City. But because they've got Bayern Munich to think about as well, they've got also the FA Cup semi-final, which they can rotate a little bit, you know what I mean, and whatnot. But Haaland was different level. Grealish was unbelievable. You know what I mean? So, listen, it's scary hours. But like I said, Arsenal will just have to keep playing their way they do. They can't really look at them. If you start to look at Man City, what they do, you're never going to be focused. So
yeah, exactly. You just have to get back to winning ways, man. Like, listen, it's been great to watch so far this season. And the thing is, like, people have moaned about our thin squad and this and that. We'll make it thicker then.
Yeah,
like, it's not difficult, is it? Like, oh yeah, but like, I see your manager moaning as well.
Saying, yeah, I know. He was moaning.
They're saying, he's played too many games. We've got games coming thick and fast. Mate, you played him against Reading, didn't he?
Yeah, I know.
Well, you could have rested him then.
Yeah, is it true? Even that one, I'm not lying to you. Now, you can manage him because you can take him off when you need to. You know, you don't have to play him every single game. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, especially with Martial back as well.
Yeah, 100%. This comment here, though, you know, big up to LB says, I prefer to play every 3 days, though. Would hate to be Arsenal now waiting another week for a game.
It is long.
That's true, you know. Psychologically now, you have to wait for a week. It's kind of be like, we've got to wait a week to play. You know, where they can go bam, bam, bam. And we needed that as well. I think for me, we needed that as well because then we were lost to 7-0. We won, I think, the next game. It was in Europe, just to get it out of our system. I think Real Betis it was. You have to get it out of your system. You can't let it just kind of almost, you know, get to you. So I do think that's a very, very, very good point. But yeah, listen, man, fair play to Man City. Anyone else? United, obviously, we should have beat flipping Everton more goals, man.
I had about 20 shots in the first half, man. It was just shot.
Yeah, we destroyed him, man. Pickford kept him in it, man. That's what Pickford does, man. He's just he's a scrawny little keeper, man. He's one of them. He hasn't got the biggest hand,
bro. Yeah, he's just got one of them faces you want to punch in it. It's like you know, he's just constantly talking to the striker. He's just one of them annoying goalkeepers, man.
Yeah, 21 shots. Yeah, exactly, man. Crazy, man. We destroyed him, man. We absolutely destroyed him.
Fully deserved to win. Like,
100%, man. 100%, man. We deserve to win.
Played all right as well, man. He was just creating everything.
Everything. Yeah, played a bit deeper, but knowing his role, and that's what you want, man, from Bruno. He needs to know his role, and then when he knows his role, then you know your limitations. So I think he matured in that role. McTominay did well as well. Sabitzer was underrated. I thought for me, we just need to be more clinical. Yeah, big up to Crunch King. We need to be more clinical. That's our only kind of downfall. We don't score enough goals. And again, when you need to win 1-0, I get that. But if you're then kind of like playing into the opposition's hands, really, because then you don't know what's going to happen. So I feel like for me, we need to score more goals. Hopefully, Rashford's injury is not a serious one. I'm waiting to hear back what happens with that one today. So that'll be interesting to see what his scan is like. But other than that, man, we need to understand, man. We need to score more goals. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sancho played well as well. So listen, man, happy days for me, man. Happy days for me. But yeah, man, it's been a good weekend. Premier League is what a weekend as well of Premier League action. Like, this is going to be crazy. Like, this is going to literally be like this for the rest of the season now. Like, every week it's going to be mad. Like, it's going to be drama after drama. Don't realize that this is just like, yeah, this is it now. Like, next week will be more mad. Like, you don't know what's going to happen because end of the day, it's the Premier League. This is the best league in the world. Yesterday, people say to us, why do you say this is the best league in the world? It is the best. It might be the best quality, but in terms of entertainment, bro, it's going to be crazy, bro. It's going to be crazy, Lee. And buckle in, man. Strap in, Lee. But I tell you what, you might feel like this now.
I've got my seatbelt on, man. I've got 2 seatbelts on. It's going to be mad. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the end of the season, man. I can't wait to sit on the beach for 12 weeks, mate.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, 100%.
Straight beach.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't wait. But yeah, when you like, it's different for you because obviously you're going to the game, so it's even more intense.
More intense, man.
But bro, it's like when you're doing streams and all of that, it's 100 mile an hour, right? So yeah, I can't wait till the summer, man. I can just upload.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Talking about uploads, big up to everybody who's been here. Make sure you like the video. We've had over 1,000 people in here throughout the video, man. So I appreciate the support. I would love it if you would like the video. So yeah, man, Lee, I know you need to go now. Big up to you. Let them know you're doing anything in a minute.
Yeah, man. I'm on with Henry. I'm actually going to pick Henry up.
Okay.
Now. So I'm going to pick Henry up. He's coming here, doing a stream with him on his channel in half an hour. And then at 4 p.m. UK time, podcast with Kenny and Jez on my channel. So
cool.
So yeah, man. And I'll have a video out on the second channel at some point today as well. I don't know what about, but there'll be something.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Lee, I'll let you get off. Big up to everybody who's locked in.
Big up the chat as well, man.
Big up the chat, man. Love
Thank you,
man.
Cheers.
Big up, bro. Big up, man. Love. Make sure you like the video, people. There's over 900 in here. Let's get to at least 500 likes, people, man. Big up to the community. Let's get 500 likes. We're here every Monday, man. We're here every Monday. For those that are just tuning in for the first time, we're here every Monday. We review all the games on a Monday, midday, always for an hour. So please do tune in every Monday. And yeah, man, big up to everybody. We discuss all the clubs and whatnot. So yeah, man, I'll be back live later on 5 p.m. So 5 p.m. I will be back live for the Straight Jacket podcast. I don't know what we're talking about in a minute, but we will talk about something. But yeah, man, make sure you tune in Straight Jacket podcast, me, Nuruddin. And yeah, big up to everybody who's here, man. Big up to United Devil, Peter Griffin. Mo is in the chat. Halimi, big up my guy, Halimi. And yeah, man, I'll see you later on, people. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your bank holiday. Enjoy your bank holiday, man. Enjoy it, people. Love.